Hey guys, Truth History Radio here. So last night Obama appeared on the Colbert Report on Comedy Central. So I thought that was kind of interesting since, the Colbert Report and, Jon Stewart, they do get some high profile people to come on as guests on the show. But I've never ever seen, a president appear on one of those shows. I don't think Bush ever did. Uh, but so it's kind of interesting. You notice that Obama is also one of the most active presidents, or at least his administration is, in trying to campaign through social media and be active through that. Which some people say, oh well, he's just connecting with the people. Not necessarily. It's more really about programming them. If you get the people involved in the whole politics game and make him look like the cool president, they'll vote for him because he's like, oh, he's hip, cool, and he's connecting with us. He's using the stuff. He's using Facebook. He's using the same apps that we use. He's on, our favorite Republican mocking, TV show. So why not vote for him? He's so cool. And how they try to make all his authority just this cool thing. They have some. I haven't watched Colbert for a while, but I think they have something called The Word, which I'm not exactly sure. It's some segment, but Obama appears and he changes it to the decree, which I mean, in my opinion, is kind of a jab at all of his executive orders. He's decreeing. He's the supreme law of the land over Congress, and as you see right here. And later in the he gets interviewed by Stephen Colbert, and of course, none of his questions are very very tough questions to answer, really. It's just, kind of setting Barack Obama up to look good, and, mock, the right, essentially. Even though, anybody who's really that knowledgeable knows the whole, division of left and right is a complete myth. It's just, something that appears to be so on the surface, but, just look closely at stuff that they'll all agree on in Congress, stuff like the National Defense Authorization Act 2012, restricting civil liberties, yada yada yada, all that shit. So later he interviews him and he asks him a question, and he says something about people complaining about Bush essentially expanding the presidential authority too much, and what's your take on that, and have you done that, and that kind of question. And he of course he says that I'd like to see Congress passing more legislation and stuff instead of me, but Congress is kind of in a bottleneck, so I've just gotta do my thing, and me and the judiciary branch need to do our thing because Congress isn't doing anything either. So I mean, he's pretty much saying it's like, oh well, Congress is they're in a stalemate, so you know what, fuck them. I'm just gonna do my own thing, and then like. But, liberals will be like, oh yeah, go Obama, he's doing the right thing. Congress can't get anything done. I'm glad that somebody is getting something done. But then they don't pay attention to what is actually being done. He's passing all the executive orders, and just looking at them, I think executive orders are kind of illegal because it's essentially passing a law or a decree with no legal basis. It's essentially a monarchy dictatorship. Being able to do that, and because I mean Congress is supposed to be passing legislation and orders, not not the executive branch. It's a whole load of bullshit. And I'm not exactly sure what the statistics are at the moment of executive orders between Bush and Obama. I know Bush did a hell of a lot. I think he's the most out of any president. I think Obama is either second, but he's catching up. So to to say that, oh, Bush was so bad and he's so worse, and Obama is just such a breath of fresh air and he doesn't do anything bad. Well, yeah, he kind of does. He's essentially Bush 2.0. You can't really deny that. I mean, he's like, oh yeah, I'll bring everybody out of Iraq. Never mind, I'm in office now, and my my generals advise me otherwise because that's their job. They're in the whole war business. They want to get into wars and battles. But you know what? I'm gonna ignore their bias in this and just keep set. Oh, okay, let's send in 30,000 more troops to Afghanistan. My general said so. He needs them. He needs them. Sending more troops to escalate the war will somehow end the war sooner. Yes, of course, of course. Even though the enemy is not an actual fighting force, they're just a bunch of ragtag militia that may or may not even exist. Because we made up the whole Al Qaeda thing, but we're just sending more troops there to continue the opium trade. That nobody has to know about that. Oh my God. So yeah, so and his last question is, oh my God, his last question is like, are you the greatest president ever? And he's like, oh yeah, and I'm not gonna answer that. And he does this little smirky laugh, and it's like, to think, I mean, it's debatable whether he's the worst president ever because there's a lot of bad presidents, but to say that he's the greatest president ever, oh my God, pull out your head from your ass, Jesus. I mean, he's done he's done so many awful things, and so much expansion of power. Oh, I don't get how anybody can say that he's the greatest president. I mean, you have to be completely freaking brainwashed to think that. And this whole thing is to make mock the right, make Obama look like he's the shit, make him look like oh, he's connecting with everybody, he's so cool. And I guarantee you future presidents will probably do that. If oh God, if Hillary becomes president in 2016, which she might, I have no idea, but she might. She's going to be on the Democratic ticket for sure. She'd probably appear on stuff like this and try to be all charismatic and God. And in an earlier part in this interview, Stephen Colbert made a joke after Obama asked the audience, and the audience is totally scripted as shit. I mean, seriously, they laugh and boo and cheer on cue, pretty much. So probably teleprompted. So he asked them who all here has voted, and of course they all raised their hands. And then Stephen Colbert makes a joke about them all raising their hands to their charismatic leader. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of like a lot of these GOP and Democrat rallies. They're all just going crazy over this stuff. I mean, if you just look at the whole Santa Barbara, not one more campaign. He's not Richard Martinez isn't some inspirational person, and then everybody's just following him blindly like a bunch of sheep. It's crazy. Anyways, this is kind of I don't know where I was exactly going with this. It's kind of just a rant. I thought it was kind of interesting that Obama appeared on the Colbert Report. I think that's kind of unusual. But his show is being canceled since he's taking over as David Letterman. So that's perhaps why they're trying to maybe give Stephen Colbert more publicity and maybe also more validity, just so then he appears as more of a almost in a more serious light, perhaps. So then he's viewed as a more trustworthy source when he takes over the Letterman show. So yeah, it's all kind of weird, guys. So yeah, I just wanted to mention this. I thought it was kind of interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments. I never showed any of the stuff in the actual video just because I don't want to get taken down due to copyright claims like everybody else here. Oh my God. So the links to the full interviews and the whole the decree are in the description box if you want to check them out. I encourage that you do, and leave a comment if you have anything to say, if you liked or disliked this video. Yeah, share and subscribe, and hope you enjoyed. Thank you. Have a great day.